making people feel bad. So either I choose to put Orthodox Guy down and tell him he's fat or whatever he was talking about at the beginning of his video. By the way, I love your new take on your body. Anyway, or I can say,
That's always been my take. I've just been chronically depressed for 3 years. Like I used to be a unit.
or I can, I can try to get you down or make you feel bad somehow, or I can just simply remain silent or only give you a compliment when it's sincere and not spread that hatred around. So what if you could just think of the concept of evil as spreading that hatred around, giving into it, not resisting that impulse to hurt somebody?
I'll answer that. Give me 1 second. Hello, Miss Snow. How are you doing today? Beautiful. But so Lindsay, that actually is a part of evil, right? So you have the spirit of evil or the energy of evil, and that would be the energy of evil. It'd be the putting people down, the trying to make yourself feel better by making other people feel worse type shit, right?
Why do you need the spirit of evil? Why do you need that?
Because there's always going to be this metaphysical force in nature that is negative and malicious, right? It just is. It exists. It exists, and I feel like it's really only something that is in tune with not sentient beings, but higher intelligences, like humans, maybe even dolphins, because I think dolphins know what they're doing. Yeah, I think they know what they're doing because they seek pleasure. Like once you become above base instinct, I think that the good and evil spirits in the universe, and I'm using spirit for lack of a better word, this energy, this way of thinking, this way of being, I think you engage with it. Mm-hmm. But evil. So you have passive and active evil, right? Passive evil is things that become social taboos for reasons. Right? So like, and you can bring yourself up if you want, broski.
Evil. I think I'm making myself clear because you're not answering it in the way that actually makes.
Yeah, you might want to rephrase it.
Yeah, I'm answering it how I want to answer it. So let me roll with it. It's my show. Passive evil are things that you do that are like bad. They become social taboos, right? Like having a bunch of sex out of wedlock, right? Why is that bad? Well, you pass diseases, you hurt people mentally, and then you have active evil, which are things that are unequivocally evil. Child trafficking, murder, theft, those things. So the thing is, like, evil will always be around us. And I think that passive evil are things that people like fall into, be it depression. Active evil would be things that you have a choice to make, and that's where the battle is. If that makes sense.
It's parallel to what I'm saying. The question really I was asking, this is a metaphorical concept here. And I completely am in alignment with what you just said. But why do people have the need to take a metaphorical concept and anthropomorphize it or give it a figure or give it something that can be somewhat relatable and palpable and viable to
for understanding?
When it's inside all of us.
Yeah, but it's completely understanding. It's so that we can understand it and we can express it.
That's why Jesus said, "With those with ears hear, and let those with eyes see." I mean, but everyone kind of forgets about the one part about God where sometimes he allows the devil to mess with us a little bit, and we can see that further in Job, where God was like, "Hey, have you seen my humble servant Job?" And it was a test for Job, but it was also to show the devil that, hey, Job still has faith no matter what he goes through. But it also shows the courtship within heaven that shows that the devil can come up there no matter what to say, hey, this is what I see is wrong. And if it's against the law as far as a sin, then yeah, the devil is permitted to mess with you. But there's only so far God will allow the devil to touch you. And you can clearly see that. And so most people don't think about that, to where sometimes God is testing us and we might not like the test, but sometimes we still have to endure the test to be strengthened.
But you see the distance it creates for when you're considering accountability and self-accountability. It's like that old saying, the devil made me do it. If you attribute it to this concept of a devil or Satan or whatever you want to call it, then you're furthering yourself from accountability. Do you Kind of
Yeah,
understand what I'm getting at?
we have free will to do what we want. We choose to do things, but we have a evil entity, a spiritual warfare that we can't see that is influencing our life too at the same time.
Indeed. And some people become so comfortable with doing the evil that they don't even see it as that anymore. It feels good to them. So why how can this be evil? It feels
Yeah,
good.
yeah, because you gotta realize that like the spiritual world is like around us, but we can't see it. Is wave vibrations, it's light, it's everything. It's the thing that we just can't control or even comprehend to see because it can literally just break us down. We're not truly ready to see that.
Indeed.
Are you seeing yourself clearly when you attribute what you have done to a devil or an evil spirit or a demon, though? Are you
Yeah.
truly reflecting of yourself?
Yeah. They're your core.
Yeah,
It's your intentions. Your character is revealed. This is who you are. You revealed yourself. Either whether you view it as evil or not, or good or whatever, your true intentions reveal itself.
Yeah. It's like I would just call it a shadow side of people.
But some
but
people
God,
that shadow side to control them because they love it. They enjoy it.
yeah,
It's seduced by it. It turns them on, in fact. So but how could this be bad? It feel good. I like it. How can this be bad? And that you got wrapped up in the shadow. They don't have a balance because they're so
Yeah,
busy. They don't
go
look at
ahead.
the other side.
Carl Jung even talked about having a shadow side and how
Oh,
you
look
got to
at
merge the
you.
two.
yeah, the yin and
Yeah.
the yang. It's all over. Like you can see it everywhere.
Here's
You have to
a
have a
here's a
balance.
here's a thing I'm going to read. I don't know if it's going to make any sense, and I'll try to make sense of it. It's kind of short. It says if a mere code of morals or a better philosophy of life were sufficient to overcome addictions, many of us would have recovered long ago. But we found that such codes and philosophies did not save us, no matter how much we tried. We could wish to be moral. We could wish to be philosophically comforted. In fact, we could will all these things with all of our might, but the needed power wasn't there. Our human resources, as marshaled by the will, were not sufficient. They failed utterly. Lack of power was our dilemma. We had to find a power by which we could live, and it had to be a power greater than ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I think a
And
lot of people don't want to
pe-
let go of power.
people call that crap weak. You can live by philosophy. You can live by sheer determination of the will. But for someone like me, that didn't work because my best thinking got me in all my trouble.
Sometimes I would try to argue. Oh, go ahead, you two. I see you
Okay,
put
hold
yourself.
on, wait. No, I thought I saw somebody came up that I didn't recognize, and they left when I was gonna do the security check. Go ahead. Yeah,
Sometimes
I'm just eating dinner, y'all. So I'm sorry if I'm being quiet.
okay.
What's his
I
name?
want to wax philosophical just a little bit, based on the things that people are saying that are making sense to me, and that you're sort of agreeing with, OG. Then I would say your fight with easy would be giving into the dark side. I could argue that based on the conversation we're having. But who's to say sometimes giving into the darker notions, whether it's just simple like choosing fries instead of an apple. I mean, from the small to the huge, killing someone. Why do we say some of these things are okay and some of them aren't? If dark is dark, it's not so simple. And why are we staying away from these dark impulses when someone clearly deserves a beating, or someone clearly deserves their, I don't know, their food taken away from them, or whatever it is? All these dark thoughts that you have, who's to say they're not there for a good reason and that they can't be useful in some way? If we were thinking about this specifically in terms of you fighting easy.
Well, one second. Is that you, Miss Snow?
Yeah, it's me. Here to listen.
And Flo was right. Little Sassy Pants is here. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Sassy?
What's your
No.
question?
Okay, I'm too long-winded.
Oh,
I realize
Yeah,
that.
I know, and it's hard to keep up. So what's your
Okay,
question?
I'll try to make it succinct. In light of what we've been talking about and not giving into that darker side of yourself, because we've defined that as being evil for this discussion purposes. Wouldn't Orthodox Guy's decision to fist fight easy be giving into that dark side or that shadow or that notion of evil?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes we got to walk through the valley
Yeah,
of death.
and we're
And
still human.
even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you're with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
Right.
But
That's
there
the thing.
are
Sometimes we gotta choose
justifiable.
to walk through.
Yes, I love it. But yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he? Why he's human? Why wouldn't he show rage or emotion or anger?
Y'all need Jesus. I, on the other hand, do not. Something dark side. Thank you very much, Ruck Dog.
Well,
But some stuff is justifiable.
people who are religious claim that you're supposed to be noble and fight those urges. And
Hold on, no, because even Jesus showed anger.
Yeah.
He showed frustration because when he went to the temple and he seen how they was doing everything, he got furious and he grabbed the whip and he started tearing stuff out, letting animals out.
No.
And he,
My brother in Christ, he didn't grab a whip. He made a whip. He spent hours braiding a whip.
but my point is, he went there in intention to show destruction, and he even said, "You turned a house of prayer into a den of robbers."
Right.
He was furious and angry and showed hatred towards what they were doing in the Lord's house. So yes, that's justifiable times to use it.
Okay. Lindsay, I think so. Sometimes the issue becomes when you stay in that mode of anger. If OG was somebody who's like, man, I was in a fight today and we heard about the fight tomorrow and there was the fight, the issue would come if he stayed in that anger. When you say Christians are like, oh, you're supposed to be better, that doesn't mean we don't realize you fall. And we're not going to be like, oh, well, you can never be saved because you fell that one time. But
it's not actually a criticism of Orthodox, because what I'm trying to, the point specifically, I just made that example because he's talking about the fights and stuff.
I think like for what
Cynthia
was just saying, I'm sorry, like lasering in on like hate, right? Is that what you're saying? Like lasering in on something and then that's all you focus on?
No, not really, but it can be related to that. So go ahead.
Okay.
Well,
no.
That's going off of what Cynthia said.
Well, real quick, if I could interject, because I agree with Crack Baby Go in that when Jesus went to the temple, he wasn't doing it out of hate. He was doing it out of love. And sometimes you have to use that, quote, power to overpower the hate. And sometimes that looks strange, but it is an equalization in the material world of bringing that physical force to show that power, even though it looks like hate.
Do you see the underlining theme here? Is one of them is justification, and that we justify our actions according conveniently. We relate to the Bible when convenient, and to make it it's like a confirmation bias, sort of to make it meet our needs. So how are we supposed to be righteous and just and better? Because people like that "be better" phrase. If we justify all of these actions all the time, any one of us can justify it.
It's just narrative.
I would watch that.
Well, and I would watch justifying your own anger at other people that express themselves in other ways than you're used to. Just because I don't get up here and cupcake with motherfuckers doesn't mean I don't love them.
Right.
Just because.
Go ahead, my bad, Opera.
I would prefer cupcakes over love, for the record.
What were you going to say?
And that's a preference. And so when other people come up with other points of view, then,
ladies and gentlemen, one at a time. El Perro has the floor. I'm going to go after that to answer Lindsay, Snow, and El Perro. You go ahead and finish what you were saying, El Perro.
And so,
My
again,
apologies.
And so again, just like with the level of love that Jesus showed in the square, the level of love doesn't have to be presented that same way from the origin. Just because I don't speak cupcake doesn't mean I don't love you. Because I speak so bluntly and boldly is my way of showing you love. I don't know any other way to do it.
So basically, the way I see it is we're all living a Luciferian existence, right? Do as thy will, because that's kind of how nature goes. Do what you need to do whatever.
Not as I do.
The thing is we have a justification for anything, good or bad. Humans need a justification, and I think that one of the tests in religions, for instance, Buddhism, Christianity, Shintoism, Islam, all of these things, is the if someone is trying to join, you can boot somebody down for $1 a minute. Minimum is $5. Thank you very much. Well, I guess we have a space open. Thank you for that. But I think that humans are justifying to themselves the things that their emotions and the things that they don't understand, and they're looking for permission. Instead of looking for permission, I think that we should do what we need to do and live our lives, right? Because I think a lot of people, especially religious people, they put a lot of thought into what's a sin and what's not a sin, when in the grand scheme of things, it's largely irrelevant. We know.
I want in.
Wait, what?
Hey, let me finish.
I'm listening.
When things are largely irrelevant, right? If you have to steal to survive, right? If you're hungry and your child's hungry and you steal, yeah, okay, thou shalt not steal is in the Ten Commandments. But don't you have a duty to your children to take care of them? And this is a hypothetical, obviously, because you can always go and find work, but in the moment, right? I think that's largely irrelevant whenever we have corporations that have stealed, murdered, and killed to get where they're at. They've ripped people off. They've destroyed these things. The thing is, in our society, religion, philosophy, and I say that for the atheists because it's just as true as for religious folks. Philosophy, religion, all of these morals and morality is used against us, against our base selves, against our families, and we sit down and we fucking take it and we listen. Meanwhile, our country is ran by pedophiles. Corporations destroy all the opportunities we have, and they sell us out to the highest fucking bidder. But everybody wants to argue bitch as a sin.
The lowest bidder.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't Lance that dropped, is it? Because she's definitely on point here.
Lindsay's still here.
You guys are comparing. I think y'all comparing OG fighting easy to fucking Jesus righteous anger. What are we doing here? My family is starving, and it's okay if your family is starving. Right? That's there is no, and Cynthia, I think yours was spur the moment. If it's spur the moment, blah blah, and then you get over it. Hold on, almost done. No, you hold on. All right.
Let him finish.
I'll take a second. This motherfucker, this ain't no spur of the moment shit. This is beef. These niggas been bicking and backing on some bogus internet bullshit forever. Who the fuck is gonna compare this shit to some Jesus righteous holy anger bullshit? What the fuck is y'all doing up here?
Not me, Joe.
Largely speaking, I don't give a fuck what anyone compares it to. I don't like the nigga and will fight him. Your morality, your philosophy, any of your religion means very little shit to me for right now. I just want to fight the guy. I don't need a moral code or a reason.
I wasn't arguing yours. I'll get on you about the do as thou wilt shit. I thought your argument was the worth. It just take months to argue your argument, but this one here that fucking sent and Perro is talking about like this is God's shit, and the other guy who was talking about Jesus even turned over the tables. It's just an
open discussion.
Well, let's make sure. Let's make sure I wasn't comparing anything. I was explaining the difference between the way people perceive the love and hate in their actions.
Yeah, that's all I was trying to say too. It's just the action wise.
People are kind of sharing their own.
Okay, Joe, for example, I could view the way Joe came up as evil. He came
Little
up
sassy pants.
Yeah,
he came up with the chaos and the energy.
I would say it's more like when Jesus went into the temple.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Him fighting easy is equivalent to Jesus's righteous anger in the
No,
temple.
nobody said that.
Yeah, they did kind of try to say that.
Well, I was saying that there might be,
and then like you said, the whim and the spur of the moment. They also suggested, well, it's not evil if you just do it for a little while.
Yes, indeed.
If you get your evil done real quick and then you don't do it again for a little bit, then you're good.
All right.
I was saying that sometimes it's justifiable.
That's this moment. We have the moment. We were talking about a specific moment, right?
And when a motherfucker challenges you, it's justified. But again, I don't need your justifications. I don't need your philosophy. I don't need your religion. All of it's fucking stupid, and it's beneath us. Do what we fucking need to do, and just shut the fuck up. Because I'm not gonna have this continuous flow conversation where y'all come over here and talk about morality and shit. I don't care.
Your room, morality's done. Your room, nigga.
Morality
we'll cut that shit
stupid.
No, hold on, Joe. Joe, we're having a chill stream with just an exchange of ideas.
You're funny.
Nobody's preaching. I'm not taking it that way at all. I'm listening to different ideas and different opinions and different takes on the Bible versus, human behavior analysis and stuff. Nobody's throwing rocks here. We're just kind of listening and sharing ideas.
Yeah, and I only came up I only came up because I just got here and I heard Chuck talking about the power, and then Crack Baby said something about Jesus, and so I just wanted to explain the power of love and how it works, both cupcakes.
Hey, I'll take my morality argument.
I've been here for 30 minutes and I've been listening to you guys, and I haven't even chatted.
I know.
I've been literally listening.
Well, go ahead, Miss Snow. You got the floor.
No, I was just saying, let's get back to Lindsay and what she was just saying and how you were going to address what she said, because I thought it was a really good point.
I've already addressed it, and Joe,
suggested like 3 times.
You may think I'm just being a prick, but here's what I'm trying to say, right? I don't give a fuck about anybody's religion.
I wasn't even addressing you.
Morality.
I heard you all 3 times. I wasn't even addressing you. Right? I was addressing them.
It's irrelevant. It is a justification for what you want to do. And I'm saying humans, we need no justification. Do what you're going to fucking do if you can, and just shut the fuck up and accept the consequences.
Respect. This is your room. All due respect. I understood. You don't have to keep interrupting to say the same shit verbatim.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one I'm talking to. There's 8 other people or 7 other people up here.
I know. I'm trying to ask these niggas about their morality angle, and you keep hopping.
Some say I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
Well, he just said he didn't want to talk about morality. We were just talking about love and hate.
I'm not the
only one. He told Lindsay, let's address Lindsay's shit. And Lindsay's shit was morality and Christian shit, which is morality.
Okay, so I'm 14 years old. Some guy comes up to me with a shovel and smacks me upside the head. Do I?
Yeah, because that's equivalent.
Do I turn the other cheek and let him smack me upside again, or do I take that shovel and smack him upside the head?
You take that shovel and you drive it through him.
I have an alternative.
Wait, no. Not only that, I'm going to flip that on its head. Not only do you not turn the other cheek, if you see someone coming at you with a weapon with malicious intent in their eyes, you either pick something up and smack them in the fucking throat with it, or you run it through them. That's the problem with morality arguments. We are fucking animals. Death is a part of reality.
Yeah.
Joe, will you please give me your ear for a second? Because you weren't here at the beginning when I came in and I said this concept of evil. Why do we need an anthropomorphic figure like a devil or a fallen angel or something to represent what this metaphorical concept is? And when we talked about that, we discovered that morality came into the picture. I didn't mean to make for this to all be about morality. I said, if you want to define evil, my definition does not necessarily match yours. I think it's in each one of us. I think it's the Jungian concept of the shadow. I think evil simply is the agency we have to choose the wrong thing because it's easy or it feels good or it's rewarded. It's for some other kind of superficial reason.
Still works with my argument, Lance. Still works. We choose evil.
One second. I'm not huffing and puffing and getting
This is not an argument.
Getting on my high horse telling people what to do. No one is here. We're just sharing.
Well, I'm not accusing you of that. You simply told.
I'm looking for the reason for your being upset or angry.
I don't think I'm upset. Because you niggas gaslight me. One, you literally said, I thought you Christians to Cynthia. And then when I say Christian shit, no one's talking about Christian shit. You literally said that. That's why I feel like you niggas trying to gaslight me. And then the other argument is, well, like he just used again, if someone's rushing you and attacking you, I'm sorry you're sensitive about that word, man. Not really though.
Joe, hold on. You're being a dick. I think you are intelligent. I think you're great. I'm glad you're here. Let's just have a discussion without offending each other.
This is a discussion. Didn't she just tell me about my check my word usage? And you didn't say shit. She talking about, now we niggas.
All right, I'm not gonna fight with you.
I'm not fighting. You niggas fighting.
A little bit of K in there.
I'm just giving you my opinion. Well, that's my opinion. I'm arguing and shit, and you niggas have a different opinion, and you guys we're calm about it, Joe. I'm calm. I think my argument holds. Right? You're comparing it. The second part of what I was saying is when they use analogies, they use it like a motherfucker rushing you with a shovel or a gun. I think that's a false.
They use it as a cudgel.
Used intentionally on this panel right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with Joe. It's used as a cudgel to make a point, but it's done very nastily and without finesse.
I said it was.
What do you mean, like a cudgel?
What? That's why I said a cudgel, Denison.
I said it was a quote.
I noticed that you did.
Okay, what, Lindsay?
Go ahead. Just go ahead. I'm talking too much.
Joe, I was just making the point that you're human. Like, if somebody comes up and hits you on the side of the head with the shovel, of course your human reaction is going to be to hit them back, obviously. I'm speaking more so of if you're the person that wants to walk around and use the shovel on everybody, that is being in the evil. That's not okay.
No, look at what I told Ruck Dog, right? Because Ruck knew I was quoting Aleister Crowley, right? Hold on, wait. He said Aleister Crowley, do as thy will, right? And this is my take.
It's also Epstein now shit too. Do as thy will.
That's the whole that's the trickery.
It's nature until you have the power to overcome your base desires or enforce your own will onto others. That's the whole thing about being human.
Yeah, overcoming your base desires. I would agree with that. Right. And if someone is telling you that, no, follow your base desires, they're probably being jerks at that moment.
Well, to deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human.
Yeah, it is. And it's some of our goal. I think everybody up here tries to be. I know most of you cats, I can say for sure, are trying to be better people. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think only OG is arguing that that's not a thing and you don't have to be a better person.
The desire,
I think everybody's shocked too.
But the desires of some, their desire to be better isn't necessarily anything that we would align.
Okay, wait. So let me since Joe said that, because I'm literally trying to make myself a better person, and I tell people they should make themselves better all the time. Here's the thing, right? 90% of the time, you ain't gonna do shit in your own life. America ain't gonna do shit about Epstein.
More than 90.
People ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna sit around. They're gonna talk shit. You know what should be happening right now? There should be a bunch of motherfuckers lined up against the wall and shot. Who's on that list? You know what? You know, that's the thing. They ain't going to do it. So why? Here's the thing. When our elites and the people that rule us are doing as they will, and you motherfuckers sit here and pontificate upon the morality of killing pedophiles, fuck you. Do as you will. When I find you being a pedophile and you're within arm's reach of me, I'm going to break your fucking neck. I'm not going to care.
Is that why you beat evil easy up? Did I miss something? Is that what eases?
Well, his baby mama was a 15-year-old.
Who's?
Yeah, Yeah,
That
I
was
thought it was
deep, and then all
beating
of a
up
sudden we
because
got real artificial. So.
I thought it was because he was mouthing off to you and talking shit. I didn't
Because
think
he
it was
talks. It's
because
because he
you
talks
wanted
shit
to
about
trying
my
to rid the
family.
earth of yeah. See,
No,
that's what I thought it was.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Joe. There's not always some greater ambition or some greater cause. Sometimes I just want to punch a fucking faggot in the mouth.
That was
Yeah.
clear. You weren't the one justifying it. They were. That's why I wasn't addressing it.
Okay. I thought you. I
No,
see. This whole
no,
time, I thought you were saying I was
justification.
justifying it.
The justification
who is
came
they?
when
Whoever
No,
came
I
up with
was
the
trying to
fucking
tell you
temple
what you
shit, Jesus rushing the temple, and it's only evil. It's only evil if you do it 2 days in a row.
You're hot,
Hold
Denny.
on.
Real
When
hot.
I said something about the temple, I wasn't justifying evil at all. I was actually justifying on behalf of Orthodox Guy, saying that he was in the right. I wasn't trying to compare
That's
nobody
what we're
to
saying.
Jesus.
the original
I
that's
wasn't.
what we're
question,
saying.
what you guys are fighting over, is that I used the example of Orthodox fighting with easy as an example potentially of something that could be, thought of as giving into your dark side. And then I justified your dark side or this concept of evil by saying that there are some cases in which it could be handy, necessary, perfectly understandable, whatever.
We
And so
agree.
that's where the justification came in from.
In
And
those
then
times when they sorry. Go.
and then somebody made the example, they took it from orthodox and easy fighting to, killing somebody or killing pedos. And now we're just coming up with all these random examples of why morality and what is evil and what isn't, and what is justified and what is okay.
I think, Lance, you're saying that you gave a bad example by using OG, but there is a time
I
to be
wanted him to
violent or
question
whatever.
himself. I just wanted him to question himself. It wasn't that I was placing judgment on him. I wanted to hear what he had to say. Because kind of
That's
by
crazy.
questioning himself, I was questioning myself too. Like, looking back at myself, I would say, why would I give in to those urges? Well, why would you point the fingers at somebody else too?
I'm just saying the same exact shit, and I do believe that the Christian up here said it's evil of me to say what I just said, to question the guy's response to a motherfucker across in Canada making wolfing threats over a phone line. And for me to question that is that time for your righteous anger. Sent accused me of hopping up here. I think Joe's evil, hopping up here saying evil shit.
Eve, you brought the evil energy. The whole entire room shifted when you came up here. It wasn't even what you were saying.
Is that you, Miss Snow?
It's the energy you brought with it.
Because the passive acceptance of brutality isn't evil in itself. It's only when you call it out righteously and angrily that becomes evil.
We're having a conversation.
Then you're evil.
We're not here in that moment. We're having a conversation. It still shifted when he came up, regardless of what we're talking about.
It didn't shift.
Wasn't how I
didn't
saw it.
agree with you. I did not agree with what was on the table and currently. It doesn't make me evil.
I'm not saying you are evil. The evil energy came with you. The dark energy, the chaos. I understand that. I consider that dark. And
I know, because I think Dennison is right. When you wanted to hurt someone and all that, if someone hops up and says, don't do it, then yes, you say, fuck that shit. I want to beat his ass. That you're the bad guy here, not me.
What?
Okay.
What did you say?
That's where I want to speak up. Because a lot of the times, for reference, I'm just saying, like, Dokul, he does stick up for a lot of good, like, foundation situations and everything that's going on with the police, right? And that's what his core values are. Same with Cynthia. Cynthia is, like, very Christian. She wants to, like, maintain her core as far as, like, her belief system and what she values the most.
That's a good point.
So, what the only thing I can say is she felt like your energy when you came in was dark. But when you're coming in righteously, maybe she's not feeling your energy, but also you're not feeling her energy either because it's not on her level. So it is like such a fine line between what people think is good and bad, evil and, like bright and shiny. It's you can make anything that is dark shine and anything that is shiny dark.
You mean it's completely subjective?
It's subjective. I think you guys are trying to make dark shit shiny to make yourselves feel better because you guys are
But
angry.
I do think that helps after you've been through so much crap, Joe, and that speaks for you too. Like
What
you've gone
helps?
through so much to what you speak in the way, like you come in dark. So when you come in like that, automatically you come in kind of like, if I just heard you, I would think you're the villain. But I know you.
Okay,
Right?
I'm okay with that shit. I'm okay with that.
But that's that
Okay.
trauma, but that evilness isn't
I don't
even
think it's
you,
trauma. I
It's
think that is growth.
that
I
blood
think that
trauma.
is maturity. I think that is wisdom. I think that is so.
When he comes
I
in
think that's
with that
It's called
illuminating.
advocating. It's called
He is
advocating for the
speaking
devil.
wisdom. Shush up. He is speaking wisdom upon another
Whoa.
level that we do not understand because he's already gone through that. That's his life. So who are
Right.
we to call him dark?
Right. He's gone through hell, and that's what he's doing. He's advocating for the devil. It's a great thing to do. It's like steel manning instead of straw manning. You can walk a guy off a cliff with his own ideas by doing the same thing.
What in my verbiage or philosophy was wrong? Or are you just saying I didn't like your vibe? Was there something I said that you
I
thought
love your
was
vibe.
wrong?
Don't get that twisted.
Thank you. Don't get me horny and shit. No, stop it.
Every single time. I don't care what it is.
Pero, we're talking about shining up good things. Are you saying that what I was saying was evil?
No. What I'm saying is that you present the opposite side, the opposing side that seems evil. That's why I pointed out the thing on power of love. Sometimes the power of love, most often, people see it as cupcaking, birthday parties, all the happy, joy. Yeah. Whereas Jesus showed his love in the temple by throwing a fit of anger. And people would call that hate. No, I call that love. The actions were in an intent of love, not hatred.
Yeah. And y'all got to understand, around here, I noticed that since I've been fucking around and, running around the streets and YouTube and all, leaving places. Here we do talk different. Everybody talks like, nigga, fuck you, bitch. Just the way we talk, and it's normal to us. But I noticed that, it don't fly outside of, other areas. I'll be sitting out talking to a neighbor and a young man that's just say, bitch ass nigga, yo motherfucking ass. That's just normal conversation around here, man.
Whether you need
Maybe
to move.
I don't think so. I'm in the right spot, Chuck. You should not. You should change your environment, and change yourself, change your environment.
It was a joke, Joe. It was a joke.
Joe, what do you think about the dichotomy of evil, which we were kind of touching on a little bit before? Evil is there for, I think the word was used for equalization.
Yeah, justified.
Whose side are you on, son?
Yin and yang, I think, is what there's a time and place for everything.
Don't you love your country?
Do you believe in evil, Lindsay?
Not in the way that there's some kind of Satan on the can of tuna. He's the bad guy. Not to me, it's a very metaphysical thing, and like I described it before, I think the thoughts in themselves can be evil. I think there's a propensity to be evil in each individual, but that isn't represented to me by some devil. It's represented simply by doing the easy thing, doing what feels good in some certain situations where you shouldn't. That's my concept of it.
I think you got we have the same concept, except you don't have the what do they call it, sky god stuff behind it. But you're still saying that you should not be doing these things. You should know better, meaning it's wrong. Better.
Innately,
it's the two wolves.
Yeah.
Which one you feed. And I think that feeding, there is a time for violence, man, and God knows that.
Is that arrogance? Is it arrogance to think like, how did you what do you base evil on? Like, if you don't believe in God, what do you base it on? Like, this is
nature will get you there. too. Even if you don't believe in God, you should learn at a young age that you shouldn't hurt motherfuckers. It doesn't help society. It is not beneficial for you. These things come through nature. Without God,
but do you learn to take care of like your elderly through nature? Do you learn
because you get old one day, or you see someone old that you love, someone helping them, and you would learn through nature that it's only right that I help another motherfucker because I want to help. Even without God, you learn that part too.
Do unto others.
Yeah.
So I have a question now.
The Gentiles,
think about?
People would justify doing things. Oh, my kids were hungry and she has more than enough. Like OG was like, it's okay to take from stores and big boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's easy to justify you doing something that
It's not a justification. Here's the problem with Christians right now, right? It's not a justification, Miss Cynthia. The simple fact of the matter is, we Christians, we try our best to live to certain fucking rules that get us fucking slaughtered, get us fucking abused, da. We literally cannot have fucking families in a traditional sense because of the corporatization of America. Fight back or just let it happen.
And King James Version Romans 2:14 tells us, and this is the thing that I think Joe is expressing when he talks about the nature of things. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by the nature things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves. In other words, they're agreeing with the nature and the law, because that's what the law is derived on, is your own nature.
We agree, Para.
Well, the law of the nature, but they're fulfilling the righteous law. And that whole entire chapter goes on to say that they fulfilled the righteousness of being righteous before they knew the law of righteousness. It was on them. But now people up here, and I'm just speaking in general, are like, but no, they've been doing this for so long. It's okay for us to do it to them now.
Yes.
And Christians who keep, it's time for us not to get abused anymore. And that completely goes against the righteousness of the Lord, which that chapter happens to be discussing and happens to be my Bible study this year. We're only in 4. We're only in 4. So if you want to have more conversations, we can live.
Maybe you should ask yourself.
Snow, turn up your voice.
Maybe you should ask yourself: Is it righteous? Is it the Lord's righteousness, or is it self-righteousness? Because there is nothing righteous about willingly getting beaten down because you refuse to fight because you think you'll be a better fucking person for it.
I don't think no one's suggesting that at all. I think you're giving a false equivalency because it's easier that way. How about we give a better analogy?
How is it a false equivalency?
I'm about to say how, because really ain't nobody, you're like, if someone's about to fight you and all of that. That's not really the case. That nigga's in Canada. No one thinks that he's about to buy a ticket and come over. Those aren't really things. This is a nigga woofing on the phone before the internet. You know,
I don't give a. It's not.
So let's say that. Is it okay to kill
shit ain't even that big of a fucking deal?
Is it okay to beat a nigga when he woofing on the phone from Canada? Is what we should be asking ourselves, because that's what's happening.
I just find it the most difficult and challenging thing is to self-reflect about kind of the way that we are contradictory.
The problem is everybody's got opinions on shit that ain't got nothing to do with them.
And so it's not an attack. It's just simply something interesting to do.
Hey, excuse me if I 1 second. I got some God. If I could say this without getting weird and emotional. Someone just texted me watching the stream. I did have a bad day today. My brother's cancer returned. It was clear 4 days ago. Now it's back massive.
Lord.
It's fucking hard day today. And maybe I'm angry about that. I'd had a very hard day.
I wonder if that's what I felt when you came
Joe,
up.
you got his first name, Joe?
Yep.
Joe. Yeah, that's my real name.
No. His. Your
Samuel.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need.
He's the one in the wheelchair?
Well, we had him in a wheelchair once, and he bled to death. He just had his leg cut off, and it's he's not in a wheelchair. He ain't been standing up in a long time.
Okay.
It's
just
bad.
trying to keep track. I'm sorry.
And it's
I
okay.
hate
And
to-
I'm sorry. And we will definitely we will lift him up in prayer. If you want us to right now, you let me know.
Well, separately, not right now, but
Okay.
yes, I appreciate that. I got a lot of
That's
friends
why I
calling
asked
me,
for the
asking me
name.
that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, can I read this?
Sorry,
I know
Joe.
y'all are tired of me reading.
I know you love him. I would
Let's
hate if that
go.
happened to my sister.
Let's try this sermon for us.
Yep. The first thing apparent was that the world and its people were often quite wrong. To conclude that others were wrong was as far as most of us ever get. The usual outcome was that people continued to wrong us and we stayed mad. Sometimes it was remorse, and then we were sore at ourselves. But the more we fought and tried to have it our own way, the worse things got. As in war, the victor only seemed to win. Our moments of triumph were short lived. It is plain that a life which includes deep resentment or anger leads only to futility and unhappiness. To the precise extent that we permit these, do we squander the hours that might have been worthwhile. But with us,
I
whose
love you,
hope
Chuck.
is the maintenance and the growth of spiritual experience, this business of resentment and anger and fear is infinitely grave. We found that it is fatal, for when harboring such feelings, we shut ourselves off from the sunlight of the spirit. The insanity returns and we do stupid things again.
Praise
And
God.
with us, it leads us to death. If we were to live, we had to be free of anger. The grouch and the brainstorm were not for us. They may be dubious luxury of normal men, but for us, these things are poison.
You have
That's
Love you. Thank you.
that's
You
something
have-
I try to do so I don't put that video machine in my head
Very
where somebody
Clip that. Clip
I
that.
use a wrong.
good. Yeah, I got it clipped in my head. He said that before, and that video starts replaying in your head. I ain't
Yes,
forgot
I'm gonna
sir.
that.
cry.
You do
I think
not
it's
let
snap
that
and
video
snap.
play.
Chuck, question, sincere question. If you have to be free of something that is absolutely a natural emotion, how do you go about that? You said
To me, I
free.
get out on my knees and ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I do it because I tried to do it by myself and I realized that my willpower, there's something bigger in this universe than me. That much I do know.
So
and
the
I need,
only way is through God. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying God.
I asked you, is that what you're saying?
Through a power greater than myself.
Okay.
Yeah, they
is how I do
specifically
it.
they specifically
There's a hack
don't
for that.
name
That's
God.
God.
And there's an old adage we all know: two heads are better than one. And just like any electrical component, if you have two sources of energy, then you double the power.
Accepting that you're not powerful enough is a hack for inserting something more powerful than you.
That's why I'm making a distinction.
Doesn't mean you're weak though.
The thing about more powerful, the thing about more powerful is you have two power sources now. And that's the thing about not being alone. We cannot do this alone. So if you add one more head, now you have two thoughts that can possibly come up with multiple solutions. This is power.
Do you agree, Perro? Because this is my belief that I can do one thing alone, you can do one, but when me and you come together, especially in the name of something good, it doesn't double by two, it quadruples, right? It's more than two people could do what you come up with. Right?
It goes to that thing about the fish. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach him to fish, he learns to fish for himself for a lifetime. He learns how to feed himself for a lifetime. Not only that, but now, as Joe's talking, the exponential thing is that now he can pass that on to his children, to other neighbors, to other people. So it exponentiates. I agree.
Yeah, my man.
Mm-hmm.
OG, are you here?
Yeah, what's up?
OG, I was listening to you a while ago and everything that you were saying about being a Christian, and I can sense your anger too. I will share with you. I used to have that same type of anger because, man, the panel verse does not like Christians, and it really used to piss me off, right? And I was really mad. I'm like, what the hell, you got me out here God doing all of this. I get beat down every day. And then I remember like Jesus was beat down. Like he was actually crucified and he was Jesus, and he was doing way more quote unquote good works than I try to do. So I always thought to myself, like, if Jesus could beat down for doing what he did, me getting yelled at or getting a rough break in life,
Right.
my Christianity is me picking up my cross and carrying it. And I looked at it differently. And I just shared that with you.
Don't forget the other disciples too, Cynthia. They went through the same type of shit Jesus did. I know you know they got horrible endings. The rest of them who chose to follow him did too.
Is John the Baptist the one that foretold his coming from in their mother's wombs? They knew each other. He got beheaded behind a $2 hooker.
Yes,
basically.
One of them got hung upside down. One got filleted. They met horrible ends. Chasing God and goodness.
Yeah. But we, as one who chooses that path,
you will be attacked and jumped.
And it will be. It's never promised or guaranteed to be peaceful.
And where does it say that you're not allowed to fight back?
Oh,
no one's saying that. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
No. I'm just telling you. I don't want you to have that. I'm just giving a different perspective of how I looked at it in the way I changed my thoughts. That's all.
That's just horrible too, man. It causes sickness. I thought I was smart, and as a drug dealer, anybody fuck with my bread. The way I justify hurting them, I tell myself, well, they're taking food out of my kid's mouth. There can be, I can do anything if you try and take food from my kid. And I did horrible things with that dumbass justification for years.
Self-justification. Yes, sir, Joe.
And you don't,
every time.
Yeah. It's crazy. Because you don't even know what the other person's always going through. But even if you think you do, because even people come on here and they'll put on an act. You don't know.
But here's another, if I could, and this is a story I should not tell. I'm just going to tell a very brief part because you go to jail for shit like this. When I got out of that violent shit, there was a guy we wanted to get, and we had did horrible shit we did horrible shit. I can't even say, but we kept giving him a break, and we decided that was done. And when I say give him a break, it wasn't light shit; it was horrible shit. But we considered giving him a break. And we couldn't get him to come out the crib. Somebody found out where he lived. He was staying with his grandmama and the family. And when we went over there to do our harm, late night, blacked out with the black shit on and the face mask and shit, there were kids' toys. The porch was full of them. And I backed out with a nigga who I've done horrible shit with. And he couldn't. I'm like, nigga, I'm not doing this shit. And, that was the beginning of my turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
How was God doing for you what you couldn't do for yourself?
I prayed. I don't have no problem surrendering to that dude. My life got much better when I put it
to that dude. You say some cute stuff, and I don't mean that to be like a put down or demeaning.
And you guys know I love you all, right? Except for Chuck. I love all you fucks. I'm kidding, Chuck. I'm kidding. But you guys, that's another thing. All that bullshit niggas tell you, listen, ain't your real friend. It's on the internet. Bullshit. We touch each other. No homo, but you touch my soul all the fucking time, right?
I don't like any of y'all.
You guys are hurt when motherfuckers jumping y'all. I feel those things, man. We share a connection, I think.
This isn't even real life.
Yes.
I'm right there with you. It's the Matrix. We're in the Matrix.
Yeah, I agree. And I apologize if I got.
I hate you and you and you, and I hope nothing but the most horrible things happen to you.
One of y'all.
You're okay.
Not a one of y'all. I know each and every one of y'all will turn in a second, but it's
now forgive me while I go change.
Yeah, but hey, I have to come up. That doesn't define who I am, though. And that's
it doesn't define us either, right? It doesn't define us too. When someone falls up the square, which is I'm just count the shit with OG. He's young and emotional and shit. I know better. I don't really jump him and shit. The nigga, young. I went through all those shits. He's gonna go through it. I'm not gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know me in that 0.1%. That's all I take out of this. If you really want to get to know me beyond that 0.1%, it's got to be a physicality thing. You got to come face to face and get to have some real time with me. Otherwise, what you get here, you can interpret it any way you want. I can put it out any way I want, but you'll never understand it the same way. And I can tell this because, like I said earlier, my expression of love and being blunt and honest is different than most people are used to. And they carry that against me instead of holding it for me and being integral.
Pero, that would apply in real life as well. The same people, when they come upon you, if they don't have the same thing, if they present a fake energy or whatever, you still not going to accept them, whether on the internet or in real life. If a motherfucker ain't genuine, you still ain't going to accept them just because it's real life.
But the real growth comes from learning to love people as they are.
Agreed.
My biggest one is snaps. None of y'all love snaps. I was loving snaps, but
I love snaps.
Yeah, everybody.
I don't even know you, and I hate your guts.
I know.
I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
Tomorrow, immediately, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Anyone need a cigarette?
I'm smoking already. Oh my God, something's weird.
Stop
Both
it.
you girls,
Stop it. Get a bowl,
man. Joe,
I'm gonna smoke because fucking snow and land's killing me out there.
I found this place that will mail shit to your house, Joe.
Still a threat? I don't know what.
What do you think I was? What do you think?
What we're talking about? What we're talking about, right? But that shit don't taste right.
I got you.
Different.
What do you think I was doing when I had cancer? You think I was up and about running around chasing? No, I had it mailed to me.
Yeah, but that shit's not right, though. That shit's not right. That's starting to concern
what?
me.
Because you conform to regulations that have overregulated.
No. She's saying that with the quality that she get through the mail was different. You probably got a better quality.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's just like going out to any street vendor. You got to find the right one.
Agreed.
So you've already got experience that you're not going to go back to him, right?
Right.
Well, no, they have a catalog. They have a whole entire catalog.
Oh, so you're going to go through the catalog and try them all and find out they're all shit.
Okay, so but you're right. There should be other ones.
Yeah, you know how weed is.
Exactly.
Man. You might have to try 12 before you find the right one.
Right, and but people are going crazy for it. And I'm like, oh shit, they don't.
I communicated with a lot of people and went through 3 different people online and asked them questions. I put them through a poll of my own.
What
and
questions did you ask? What questions would you? Let me get my notes out.
How long have you been doing business? How long have you been doing this? Really? Not under state licensure, but under reality. How long have you been actively growing? Oh, we don't grow. We get from somebody. Oh, sorry, you're off the list. I want somebody that has firsthand experience.
OG, you got a gift, OG. Check your what do you call it?
Cash App?
No, when they send you something through that. It is not Cash App.
Kofi?
Super
Kofi?
something, whatever. Super chat.
Where are you seeing a super chat at?
IRS.
On my other phone. Maybe I'm back or something.
Somebody backstage.
Welcome to the show, Drew.
Yeah, my bad. Hello, everyone. It's been a bit.
Hello.
I don't see any super chats other than Ike's.
Oh, that's the one I see. Maybe it's old.
See, Joe be smoking that good quality. That's that type of shit I need right there. Joe,
it's a lot of competition here. It's like 10 spots on one block here, right? The competition is strong here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay, all right. You know what? I'm gonna have to reach out to you, Wizard. I didn't even think about it like this, nor did I even think I could do this. And now that I think about it, why didn't I think about it? Yeah, you bring up some very good points. I'm gonna have to.
I mean, you gotta learn to take notes on everyone, Cynthia.
Yeah, I gotta take this back to the crew and be like,
Damn, y'all got wild.
I think
I
it was
just got here. I don't know
it was
context for any of this. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that Bumpkin?
No, that's my buddy Drew. Lindsay said,
Okay.
"Here's the super chat." Thank you, Ms. Lindsay.
There you go. Joe was right. There is a super
He
chat
was right all along.
with his high ass.
Dun dun dun. He knew the future.
Yeah, Joe knew the future. That's how he is. That's how.
That's that. That's that energy. That's that energy he came in with. He's manifesting.
No. I called you. You got mad too, Joe. I called you. I'm gonna catch you. That's because I love you. That's because I love you.
Back, man.
So y'all understand fundamentally what I'm getting at, though, right? I'm not
You're
just
in a
spinning the
spiritual
wheels.
battle right now. You're in a spiritual battle right now, and you got a lot of prayer warriors around you.
Cynthia totally understands your situation. I couldn't have
That's
said
what
it
I
better
got.
myself.
That's what I
God
got.
sent me here to take care of my young friend OG today.
Word. And to help you too, Joe.
Yes, you guys help me. I feel better.
You don't carry any burden alone.
And I am sorry to hear about your brother Joe. I will keep him in my prayers.
3 days, he just took the staples out, and then I took him to another hospital. It's healing so good. 3 days ago, we were like, great, because he's got other cancers and stuff we want to work on, and we couldn't because the leg was so fucked up. And the doctors finally gave it okay. 3 fucking days later, the shit's returned. It's already a massive lump, man. And and it's over where they cut it off there. What the fuck are we gonna do now? Fuck me.
That's not a good road. I've been down this road, Joe. It's hard.
I wish
it's
him
a
the best,
hard
man.
road.
Keep him in my prayers.
Thank you. Man.
Medicine's always just fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that proper control of your emotions, and I don't think fighting. I don't necessarily think like actually physically causing someone pain, especially if it's agreed upon fight. I don't think those are necessarily bad. It's when you go and you just make a life out of just hurting people and being absolutely mean and cruel. I think that's when you get the issue. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong other than my faith being shattered.
Your faith
you're in a spiritual battle, and you're in a spiritual battle, and the greatest warriors go through it.
That will be your lot in life, OG. Motherfuckers, like they say, the right road is narrow. And anytime you say forgive someone, not that people are evil, but that demon, and I know some people don't even agree with that, intelligence, whatever you call it, that thing will jump into a weaker motherfucker and tell you, don't forgive him. Look at what he did to you. That's going to happen your entire fucking life. It'll never be easy trying to choose the right path and a different path.
Not a devil. Just that accountability thing.
Thank you. I get it. Thank you. I get it. I disagree too. I do think that there's an intelligence out there of good guys helping us. They hopped in you to talk to me today, and that's my belief anyway. And there are bad guys out here, and when you accept them, whether it be stealing drugs, whatever the thing, they get a hold of you. It becomes easier for them to take control. They take a residence in you. And then when you're around a good guy and they need a tool to use to pull him off his square, they like, I got 8 monkeys who he falls for this, or this chick's a slut. This is how I'm going to get them. They're going to hop in that person to try to stop you from advancing. I think that's a real thing too. That's what I say. Surround yourself with strong people and, who give you good counsel and all of that shit.
Be careful who you let feed off of you. That's another thing. People will come
more humans.
People will take your energy.
And be careful what energy you give a motherfucker, right? Like that's what it's all about, is us changing energy. Some people need negative energy. You know those people. We ain't got to say their names. They hop up here and hate to see pleasant and hate to get along and motherfuckers talking about, how are you doing? And they will try and bring the negative energy. They might not even know why they're doing it, man. But someone saw something positive going in, and we got to stop that positivity bullshit, man.
Yeah, they don't like that. Misery loves company.
Yes, ma'am.
And the way you believe in your God or Allah, whoever you believe in, that you believe good things, there are people who believe in the evil shit. Not to make it too abstract, but these Epsteins and Jay-Z's and shit. Jay-Z took his jacket off. It had on the inside, "Do us down, Wilt," and all of that shit. Fucking Epstein. The name of his shit is Baal, his bank account. These niggas believe they have the practices where you don't have to do weird practices in order to join the group. People have different beliefs to you, the exact opposite. The way you think, I want to be a good person, they want to smash good.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how we have to define things as being either good or bad? I mean, can't we just give ourselves a break?
Well, my thing is, why not adopt do as thy will and fucking crush those people that are doing evil shit?
And really, what does that solve?
You're always like the last one to do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you march a bunch of fucking pedophiles to the fucking wall.
Well, I see how you see it that way.
You got less pedophiles.
And I see how Joe could be that way. And I think back to those times when the Vikings were fighting, and not every warrior was on the battlefield. There were the priest and the people that called out the commands up on the hill. Like, everybody plays a different part in this fight. For me, I feel like teaching my community in my real life and what I can on here about, you don't have to submit to that type of power, because that's not
100%.
That's not really for you. Like, you're not going to like the outcome of it. It's not going to root good things for you.
When you become powerful too.
Testimony too of Cynthia actually doing that. She found out about somebody, and she was like investigating certain churches and stuff, and like she looked into somebody that was a pastor, and she found out about some kind of corrupt, nasty things, and she goes, what, I'm not going to go to that church. And she goes, just because of those things, which were validated. But like, like that was some nefarious ass shit. Like, I think that nefariousness is different from being bad and good. Bad and good is so simplified because it's easily fixed.
So could
but
I
when
call
you're
nefarious
you
evil?
have something that is, there's a hidden agenda. There is money involved. That's some Charlie Kirk nonsense. And it is so deep and so dark that you shouldn't even get involved.
Ooh.
Right?
Right. But that doesn't mean they ain't gonna come for you, though. I don't mean, because they need everybody to feed up.
Too.
And
I'll come for you.
When you gain that power, when you chase God and all of that, and you put yourself second, and you put His word, message, and substitute just right. If God is not your thing, substitute whatever it is. When you gain that, it takes away their power because they feed on fear. They need you to be afraid when you walk up. I'm speaking about cops in my head, but all evil motherfuckers. They come in, they try to dominate you or whatever through the gate. And when they feed off of that shit. And when they say that to laugh, it just kills them. It takes all their strength away. But anytime you don't fear them, it was going to take that shit away. But to laugh at them, really, it just makes them run, bro.
Well, we've made reference to the Epstein files. Somebody that, and I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is true, it begs to differ. George W. Bush Jr. was not in the Epstein files. Really? That means that man was bombing the Middle East for the love of the game. Like, just the love of the game, bro.
No.
Don't dare name him.
No, he tried to kill my daddy.
There's a bigger game playing.
What the hell?
The thing that I question when y'all keep saying, well, how come we don't need to call it good and evil? It's just what we do. Like, are you thinking about yourselves and this is why I do it, so it's not evil? Or are you thinking about how this action affects the community and society?
You can't always think about everybody else's feelings, though. Like, sometimes you got to think about the bigger picture. And then sometimes the bigger picture, it's different for everybody, especially here, because there's so many different personalities. There's so many agendas.
We don't even serve the same God.
Yeah.
We don't all serve the same God.
Nope. So it's different.
And there's there is an argument there, Cynthia, where it's ambiguous. So I didn't have a problem with whoever that was who said don't call it whatever word we were using, because it's not ever going to be binary, right? What you think is your
That's what I
most
was saying, not Cynthia.
hard is what we call the most evil guys will be the ones, or hard times will be the ones who sharpen you most. So at the end of your journey, the
Yes,
ones who
you guys
benefited you the
have.
most, you were calling evil the
Thank
entire
you.
time.
Thank you.
So there's
I
People
some
appreciate
love
it.
binary thinking.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Whoa, no!
I
Joe, I'm
appreciate every one of you guys on the internet,
no,
because you guys have heart in
Uh,
me. You guys want, I can tell
no.
you a testimony what happened at the
yeah.
grocery store and how I was able to hold myself because of what I've gone through on the
I'm
panel.
interested. How the fuck did it blow up at the grocery store where you had to control yourself? I'm already interested in the story. Yeah.
No, I'm so okay. So all the people that I really liked at the grocery store, they're gone. So they have a whole new implement of like these, oh, we're gonna follow policies and guidelines, and we're like going by the law, and like they have this new manager running the store, and they remodeled the whole store, and I'm like, okay, where's my people at? You know, that I love to death, and I know their life stories. But anyway, Friday night, it's tonight, and I'm like thinking I'm going to DJM, so I got some wine, and the lady at the register, she said, "Can I see your ID?" I said, "No, you can't, but like I don't have it on me. My birthday's 9, ... And I was like, and the phone number's in there. I just gave her a 10. I was like, oh, for great service. And then she goes, yeah, but I need to see your ID. And I said, no, you don't. According to California law, you don't have to see my ID. I just told you my birthday. And then she goes, well, according to corporation policies, we have to see your ID because it might be expired. And I
You
said,
sound
okay,
like a
but if I
cop watcher with
I
that
know. I was
shit.
like, look at Joe wearing off on her.
Don't
Go
threaten
ahead.
me.
Yeah.
I swear. I don't. I do not like, So I said,
Yeah, I
I
know
said
you
to her,
don't
I
mean
said,
to.
Pursuant to
well, I'm not done
section
yet.
308.12, actually.
All right, I don't mean to interrupt. You
Okay.
continue. My bad.
It's okay. I'm almost finished because I try to hurry really fast with you men. Okay, so I said,
That's the way I like
said,
it.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do we. So yeah.
Exactly. You guys are so quick and easy. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Okay.
So I said, to her,
I aim to please.
yes. Okay. So I said, you just ruined everything. But anyway, I said to her, I was like, I just did not show you an ID and it's not expired. I told you my birthday. So if I showed you an ID and it was expired, then you were able to deny, my wine. And then she was like,
Deny my wine.
like her face went, I was like, so
That's a good
yeah.
point.
And she just shut up and she sold it to me. But
That
she
was
just
a good
wanted to
point,
scan
though.
my ID.
Right.
That's all she wanted to do.
Yeah.
She didn't
Just like
need
a
to see
cop.
my ID.
She had
She
that
just
ID
wanted
crack.
to be a part of that policy and guidelines and like be all policey. I'm like, you can ask everybody in the store who I am. Like, but there's nobody there that knows me. I'm just saying that because they're all new people. It's pretty wild.
And what difference do it
All
make if
right,
my
now it's time for a sandwich,
I
right?
mean, the thing is,
But
like,
now
for every
I'm like, why the hell did all my friends all like from the grocery store get fired, or left? Why did they leave? Like
The
these
new
people are about to hit retirement. That's messed up. Like who's this
maybe
new
that
demonic
corporate,
manager over here
yeah, that corporate mentality
that hired all
probably
these
kicked
Karens?
in.
I don't like that.
I have a similar story just to add on to that. And, you can figure out how it's similar or not. I was 28 and I was going into Ross. And the clerk looks at me and she said, would you like the senior special?
Wow.
Yeah, that stuff just does not happen to me.
And
where
she
people are
wasn't
like,
trolling. She was, what the
yeah,
fuck?
I think she was feeding into her dark side, into her
Wow.
shadow.
wild.
Yeah, give it to me. Give me the senior special.
Fucking
yeah.
Snow.
I'll give it to you.
I'm listening to what you said. If I had an ID and
want
it
a
was
military
valid at
discount
one
too.
point and my ID expired, I didn't get younger, motherfucker. It don't matter if it expired. That just means I got older. What are we arguing about? That's
not a valid driver's license, sir. Policy states that I have to see a valid driver's license. I'm afraid that we can't serve you.
Yeah, like,
What's
your
you
issue?
If you have a complaint, you can call this number.
Call corporate tomorrow.
Like that's the law's issue. Like if I get pulled
That's the
over,
way
I'll give you my
Habibi will
license.
answer the phone and tell you he would take your complaint. He would take it very seriously.
Oh my gosh! Don't do this to me, Denison.
Yeah, you're arguing and discussing some shit with somebody in India on the other side of the world because you're trying to get a pack of squares in fucking Indiana or something.
Snow, I need you to make me a sandwich.
Snow. Okay, that is.
I thought he was going to pop the question. Phew. It's just a sandwich.
I'm just
what, provolone or American?
Keep trying, guy. Keep trying,
Provolone.
guy. You're gonna get in there.
You got to overtalk him, True.
I generally take the side of service workers, especially the younger ones, because especially in this economy, it's hard enough for them to get their job. They don't want to fuck anything up, even if it's technically against the law, even if it isn't, or not against the law. I mean, like what matters more is making sure their manager isn't a fucking asset to them, because then they don't get their
yeah.
All right.
Suck.
I always
terrible. And I'm
not following. Hold on, wait, Snow. To answer your question, what happened to all your friends is they didn't check people's ID and follow company policy and got fired.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. If they just moved into a manager who was known for pumping numbers up, I wouldn't doubt if they just sacked all the old guys and gals, you know?
Yeah.
Probably cheaper to hire a teenager and abuse them than someone who's paid someone who's been there for 30 years.
They have parents and teenagers over there. I'm writing a review.
Oh, yeah, do that. That shit. I just don't want to be the
person. And now the circle of Karen is complete.
I just don't want to be the person that makes them have a rough day. Like, I just don't want to do that. Especially like somebody working a minimum wage job. Like,
no, I'm not going to tell on her. I'm going to say on the manager. What happened to all the people I like? I'm going to
start in the business. No, talk shit and make sure you tag them.
Yeah, you got Karens and teenagers you're abusing.
You can get people fired. You can.
Just know that fundamentally, if you ever doubt yourself, every manager deserves it. Okay.
Listen, I even called her and said, "I will write a review on you," and she said, "Go ahead. I don't care."
I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it.
Karen
It's going to be
Power
good
is
for that damn manager at that
Damn
store.
right. You damn right.
Yeah, you're right. Tag a motherfucker. Who knows?
You got a bunch of women talking about. You got a bunch of women talking about reviews. You're gonna see the Karens multiply now.
Right, everybody hairstyle gonna change.
Yeah,
the Karen is strong in this one.
Make sure you share
but you guys, like, don't you see that, like, if people?
But you're in the wrong, Snow.
How am I wrong?
I don't know about all that shit.
If it's a state law that you got to produce ID, I know for cigarettes.
It isn't a state
She
law.
said the state law was you got to give your
I
birthday.
provided the state law, and I told them the law. Joe, let me
speak. Up in Cali, like it's up. You don't have to legally provide an ID. It would only be a company thing.
So what I did was I provided them the law, and I gave them my birthday, and I said, "You can ask anybody here; they know me." And then on Friday nights, I'm always in there buying wine. Okay, I'm like getting ready for DJM's show, but she didn't do a show tonight. But she's sick of it. You can imagine why. You know, we need a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her, and she doesn't want to be a part of that. So she's trying to change it.
Good on her.
DJM is the chick that was hanging out with Landry and Illumitami and
Tommy.
That's my BFF.
So I don't care if she's sick of it, and I think it's stupid because if you're sick of it and you stay around certain people with certain attitudes and you just stay and you don't talk to them about being better, or you don't fucking just leave, you don't have a right to be sick of it. You literally put yourself there.
Okay, OG, I agree with you, but if you understood her personality and like
I don't care. She has no. We got to be real.
I know you don't
care. No right to be
either. You didn't care about me either with that whole thing with NPC. So.
I just looked it up, and companies do have the right.
I did. I did care. I did care.
Not just the right, the requirement.
Right,
this is how this sovereign citizen stuff gets spread.
Wait. Hold on.
You were quick to throw judgment at me. And I let it happen. I was just like, "Oh my god, well, it's okay."
So I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told NPC, because I didn't throw judgment on either one of y'all. I heard what happened. I heard what he said. I heard what he said, and what I gathered is somebody doxed somebody, and he asked for the information. You had the information. You gave it to him. I said you were both wrong for it. And then when my docs got out, guess what? The slimy son of a bitch asked for it too. He's still not. It's not about learning a lesson. I called him out for being a piece of shit. Okay. I called him out then for being a piece of shit, and I didn't let him throw you under the bus. So I don't know what you're talking about right now.
But you don't see what happened like behind the scenes. Like I said, he knew Resto's name. He gave it to me. I wrote it down on my green little notebook, which Resto and Kev both have. They know he gave it to me. Well, I had this in my hand because a mad mystic that's no longer allowed on the internet. And I was looking up some shit on her because she was harassing me on gang stalking groups and doing other malicious, nasty things that you guys don't understand, like on YouTube. And I had it with her, but it's not just me. It was like other people have had it with her too.
Well, the thing is, anyway, if you choose to associate. If you choose to associate with those people repeatedly and time again, there is no one that can fix that.
Demons do not leave you alone.
That's why you have to resist. You can ignore them.
It doesn't matter. 3 years later, I mean, you can ask Jackie Fox. I mean, there's so many other women. It's not just me. I was just the one that stuck up for herself.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't trust the award show, but it is what it is. I don't really care.
Either, but hey, I want it.
The simple fact of the matter is, if you stay in the same old bullshit, you can't be mad when the same shit happens. Like you,
so are you staying in the same old bullshit? Because I know I'm not.
No, that's why I don't talk to certain people anymore. That's why I don't let certain shit happen. Well, you said I didn't care. It's not that I didn't care. It had nothing to do with me, and it came up when I was around, and I gave my opinion. No, I understood completely. You both had dirty hands, and I maintain that even to this day, regardless of you or him disliking me for it. You both had dirty hands. They were both equally as dirty. He's just a fucking snake. You made a mistake the way I see it, and you don't do that shit that often. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll figure it out in the future. He's a fucking piece of shit snake. You were angry and made a mistake. That's how I see it, and that's literally...
I was angry. I actually didn't care. I was just like, here you go. Here's his old social media account. It wasn't like a big file or anything like that.
Well, the thing is, it's still a...
I did it. I accept it, and I own it. Totally.
Yeah, that's also the difference between you and the fucking snake. He kept trying to fucking put everything off on you.
Yeah, he did. That's why.
Now, he didn't want to take any responsibility for it. But I'm going to bring everybody up since we got that situation dealt with.
Thank you.
No problem.
Man, my sandwich ain't going to make itself, for real.
Okay, so it has turkey, avocados, it has fresh cut pickles, lettuce.
As Sasquatch says, if you work as a manure delivery guy, you can't complain about the smelling bad on your day off.
That's not what I asked for, but that sounds delicious. So thank you, Boo.
So under Iowa law,
under
Iowa law, the distinction is unless you're operating a vehicle or a regulated business where you're required to have a license, like a barber, or a cosmetologist, or hotel manager, you generally fulfill the identification requirements by stating your identifying information truthfully. There's rarely a case that you need a physical plastic card, but that would be like driving. If you're caught in a car behind the wheel, they ask you for a driver's license. You're supposed to display it. Again, not hand it over, but display it, showing the photo ID and the ability to be on the clock during that time.
But that'd be in the public sphere. In the private,
company can have stricter policy.
Right, but it only applies to their members. If you're
it's the opposite.
if you're just a pedestrian and you walk in off the street to a grocery store, you fulfill the requirements by stating your identifying information. The
I
store.
don't know about that part.
I just looked it up, and it said
Absolutely.
companies can make stricter policy than what the law is.
They can make stricter, again, they can make stricter policy, but the policy applies internally. It is administrative to employees, not customers.
It would also be a federal law, because especially if it's dealing with the consumption of alcohol. So
they mandate overtime for all their employees. They make an internal
state.
They make an internal policy. They make an internal policy that mandates overtime for all employees. That's an internal policy. It cannot apply to customers. The same thing with any of their other. Same thing with any of their other policies. It only applies to those who are licensed.
This is a dumbass.
They got to have a license to sell liquor. They got to have a license to sell cigarettes, which falls under the federal.
So they are licensed, and it applies to those who are licensed. The pedestrian walking in off the street.
Oh my God!
Yeah, calm down, please.
This is this much worse getting upset about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a misunderstanding. There's probably like a difference between states.
Well, reality matters. And it's the exact opposite of what's being stated here. It's state by state. You're required to prove your age, otherwise you don't get alcohol. The lesser of the two is the policy, which is just entering the date of birth. That's the policy. The law has higher requirements than the policy in this case.
Google says yes, stores can legally require you to show a valid government-issued photo ID to purchase alcohol, regardless of your age. That's Google's answer.
Of course, and in this case, the policy is just to enter the date of birth. That's all you need to get the cash register to work. But the law actually requires more than that. It requires you to prove your age.
Right. It says in Iowa, the legal name, the address, and the birth date. Those are the three requirements for identifying information. Again, not a plastic card that you have to hand over or show. You just have to provide truthfully the identifying information.
That is to state actors, though, right? Pero, like to cops and shit like that. I totally agree. If
Anybody
I get arrested,
who gives the store more authority?
You guys don't talk over each other. The audience does not like that.
Who gives the store more authority than the police? If the police have to have reasonable suspicion to pull that ID, then what gives the store more authority to do so? That's what Dennison is saying. It is not giving them more authority. It lessens their authority to only get the birth date.
All right, like I was saying, with the state and all of that shit, yes, different laws. Here, if I get arrested, I don't have to give birth date and truthful name. Some places you have to give middle name. Some states you don't. Different so and so. However, if I go to a Costco, they can have all sorts of shit because now it's a contract. I'm doing business with them privately. They can say you got to hop on your left leg when you enter the store, and I agree upon entering the shit if I go there in a regular
Costco.
They can tell me to leave at a whim. We want you out of here. We don't like the way you look. And you got to go at a fucking private business.
I agree. And this is why when they try to question my identification, because I don't carry one, I take my business somewhere else who will accept it as the law says, not through their idiotic, subjective, cognitive dissonance.
I have that too. When they must scan ID, I won't allow them. I'll go to a different store. I don't care if I have to drive miles. I got my standards and shit too. I'm like, no, I'll show it to you. We're running scanning shit. No, motherfucker, no.
Yeah, they want to scan your ID. That's all you want to do is collect data.
Yeah. I was doing it before I was cop watching. I had a lot of dope on me one time. I was out in the suburbs and I was like, look, I was acting all crazy and shit. And they like, we can always call the police. My boy was like, you gonna down this hill, nigga? Ain't you got like 12 grams in your sock to go to this party with? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not gonna submit. I'm just gonna leave though.
I just looked up Iowa liquor law. In order to buy liquor, you have to have a unexpired government ID.
Nail in the coffin, baby. Should have did that first.
And again, that's in violation. Let me look it up. That would be in violation of State versus Coleman, false information 719.1a, because that state ID is clarifying that you're a federal, state, or municipal officer or agent.
Lord.
Did Coleman have to
let's not
show
get
his
so
ID
technical.
to a private business, or
Let's
did he have to
simmer
show
it
it
down a
to
little bit.
a government agents?
People are not understanding what you're saying, Wizard.
That-
Can you like put it
That's
down in
Wizard's
layman's terms?
jam. That's his jam.
It
Though.
is,
Like,
it is. But people just hear him screaming. That's what I hear when I'm in chat. And I'm just thinking about everybody in chat right now.
but that goes back to loving people as they are.
State versus Cole or Coleman? Perro.
Coleman, 2017.
Thank you. I'm trying to see who we had present to.
And again, that's to the police.
Yes, but we're talking about a store. It's quite different, private and public. You're talking about two different things.
Right. And make it a crime to knowingly provide false identification information.
I think we're agreeing with that. She's talking about a private business, though. You're giving false equivocations here.
No. Again,
false information is given a wrong name, a wrong birthday.
Correct. And so when I do it without the ID, I still gave the truthful information. You do not have to give the ID. It says information.
No one's disagreeing with you, Perro. We're saying for the state.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I looked up the law in Iowa.
Yes, Chuck. This is Iowa Code 719.1a.
All right.
Is that under the liquor? Is that under buying liquor?
It doesn't matter what you're doing. It says providing false information by Iowa law. This is Iowa Code, not a store policy. So if they're going to demand more than what the code says, they are reaching beyond the code with their policy. They're going beyond the law. That's a Fourth Amendment. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
Are you saying it's illegal, Perro, for them to ask for your ID?
Yes, it is a Fourth Amendment violation. It is a Fourth Amendment. It is a Fourth Amendment violation to require state ID, because state ID personifies somebody as a federal, state, or municipal officer or agent by definition.
I see your argument. I don't know if it holds yet. Because as a private business owner,
what do you think the court does? What do you think the court does when somebody files a suit against my name? Do you think they demand ID from me before I can go into that court?
Oh my God! I think you're about to drag me off on a whole different path.
They demand identifying information. Yes.
Why do you keep bringing it to the public shit then in order to draw analogies? Right?
Because the private cannot supersede the law. The law says identifying information, not identification card. That means I, as a private individual, as a pedestrian who is not associated with the store nor the government, I am required to get an ID so I can do business with the store.
Well, it doesn't matter, is my argument here. What that store hold on. You hate being interrupted, but you don't mind interrupting. If I have open a store and I say I'm only gonna serve people who come in here with the appropriate dress code, and to me it's shirt and tie or some shit like that. Then if you don't agree to my shit, you can't come in my store. Would you agree with me so far, Perro?
Absolutely.
All right. Now I think you're saying, however, I crossed the line when I say you have to wear a shirt and tie and provide a state ID. Suddenly me saying the word state ID, I've exceeded my jurisdiction or something. Is that what you're saying?
Correct, because you're going beyond the right of private contract by automatically involving a third party that you have no association with and causing a forced contract.
Well, contracts aren't forced, they're agreed upon.
Right. So if you only contract with people that contract with this guy, what is that?
Yes, I'm doing what I want to do. Well, I'm making an agreed upon deal with you. It doesn't matter. I can say anything I want. And if you agree to it, that contract is valid. If I say you want to do business with me.
Is that not discrimination against a man's right to private contract by forcing a public contract?
You're not forcing. Other businesses exist. You're not forcing him to do business with you. You're asking. Right? And if he agrees, there's your contract.
Right. So if I don't have a contract, in order
You walk through my door, you have a contract.
In order to do business with that store,
right?
And they want my money,
right?
And they demand that I have identification showing I have a contract with somebody else before they'll do business with me. You don't see how that identification related to that other person is a forced contract.
I do not, because you could do something just as random as say, I'll only do business if you have a Boy Scout card with you. And that's fair. You can do that. You won't get a lot of business, but you're not breaking no laws or breaking fucking with somebody's rights.
But what you're using now is an insane concept because everybody agrees that they must carry an ID, and that's the problem.
Who agrees? I don't know about that.
Do you carry an ID, Joe?
I drive with an ID. Otherwise, I don't carry one. No.
Yeah. See, I don't do the things. See, everybody asks me what I'm doing about this driving thing. I don't drive anymore. I don't take the opportunity to be forced into a contract with a third party to get behind a wheel of an automobile and take it somewhere I need. So
I have a question.
So I don't do that until I have it figured out. Everybody else is using that ID without figuring out the concept that they're being forced to use an ID to do everything in life, even their life-sustaining necessities, such as obtaining food from people that would be willing to trade for it otherwise if they didn't require the identification system. It's a forced contract.
You assume when everybody, you say everybody doesn't know that they're in a forced. I shouldn't say most, but most people I know, we certainly know it's forced, and we wouldn't pay license insurance, none of that shit, if you didn't have the threat of a baseball bat behind me.
Okay, so if we all agree that it's a forced contract already, then why are we stepping into a forced contract in order to enforce a right of a private contract without being forced?
Because someone's
convenience.
Exactly.
Yes, someone's gonna
go along to get along.
Yes, sir.
It's so convenient. It would be very convenient for me to go ahead and get a car and travel around and try to push the system. It would be so convenient for my wife to have somebody else take care of her. So I have certain responsibilities that I have to keep in mind. So in the meantime, I'm making sure that no one is misidentifying her.
I don't know about that last part, but we all make those convenience choices, including you.
Absolutely. It's very inconvenient that we have to depend on a public transportation system and people that are foreigners that can't find us. And so we miss rides and stuff, have to reschedule. It's very inconvenient.
Right. It's inconvenient for you to have to pay them taxes when you buy something at the store and they charge you more than the actual goods are. The state takes a chop of your money. It's inconvenient, but you agree to do it.
Absolutely. To a certain extent.
Same with us driving.
Absolutely.
Did you know that they can't deliver booze on Sunday in California?
I've been in states. I didn't know California was one, but I've been in states where that's a thing.
Iowa, they can't deliver booze or cigarettes.
What?
I remember going across state lines.
Laws, I imagine, that just don't get repealed. Everyone just works around them.
Yeah.
You have it here as well. Like a lot of northeastern states, like you can't even sell hard liquor in grocery stores. They have to legally be distinct. When like some places like Costco just like attach a second store to the side of the building.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
That's what Walmart did. That's what Walmart did when they added the grocery. It's Walmart grocery. That's why you have two entrances, right?
Yep.
Well, one says grocery and tells you where the grocery section is. It's actually two divided stores. Look, in every Walmart, it's one straight line all the way down, separating to the two sides.
I don't drink. I've never even noticed they sell alcohol there. I didn't even notice.
Not every state has it. Not every state implemented a lot of the ones.
Well, that's logical.
But,
right.
You know,
if it's in your state, they would have made two stores. If it's in another place where they can get away with it, why waste the extra bread?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Well, that's like here in this county, they approved liquor sales on Sunday. And Casey's, Dollar General, Walmart said, no, we're not selling it on Sundays. And it's their prerogative according to state law.
Yeah,
they don't have to sell
business. Yeah, of course they don't. You can't make them.
That's right.
I've had to go across state lines. You know, you be in a state somewhere and the party turned late, and I'm used to being in Chicago where you can do shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. And
24/7, yeah.
yeah, motherfuckers be like, no. I'll be like, well, let's just go somewhere else. No, the whole state, Joe. And we had to cross
Closed
state
up.
lines a couple times. Like, gee, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
All of that.
I know I wasn't on that long, but I'm probably just gonna head off. I'm already getting a bit sleepy. It was cool catching up with y'all.
All right, Pep.
All right, Gerald.
Show back
Be
up.
good,
Nice
y'all.
rapping with you.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right, you too.
That nigga just sound like he could play video games.
Joe, what did that?
No, that's my homie.
Coleman.
Does he know if he
What was-
play? I'm sorry, the Coleman was a state thing. I still got to pull it up. Does he play video games? Do you know? He just seemed like I can hear him over a fucking COD headset. You know, in my head. It's weird.
Yeah, no, me and him play games together.
Ah,
He's my homie.
State versus Coleman refers to several distinct legal cases, most notably a 2020 court appeals regarding a third-degree murder. That can't be the one he was talking about. That's the wrong one, I'm sure. Minnesota court addressed the mental state. That couldn't be it.
Well, he said it was Iowa versus Coleman.
All right, thank you. I said state versus Coleman.
And it is the
It
state's
is
regulations for acceptable forms of ID that is what is considered.
And I did not say it was Iowa. I said it was an Iowa case law, state versus
Okay, what year did you say?
2017.
That's what I mean. It's a bunch of state versus Coleman.
Stop trying to tell people what I said, Chuck.
No,
That means
wasn't it
technically
Iowa
without
versus-
reading the case law, but possibly in the state of Iowa, all you have to do is just say, my name is Jim Jones and I was born on March of 1976, and that's it. Boom. You're done.
And I live here.
Yeah.
Legal name, which is first and last name, your address where you live, and your birth date.
But does that change in that law or that lawsuit, does it cover liquor sales?
No,
So,
It would cover all governing ID.
It covers driving. He was pulled over in a traffic stop. You cannot conflate the two. Do you not know how to interpret law, Chuck?
If it's concerning driving only, then it deals strictly with driving. Not
driving
with liquor
while
sales.
barred. It was
Correct.
driving while barred.
And that's why I stated the Iowa Code 719.1A to knowingly provide false information. You are never required, except in driving, to give an ID, because driving is when you are supposed to be licensed. That's why it's called a driver's license. If you're just a pedestrian, you go into that store, you are not licensed. Even though you are making a simple contract agreement, Joe, you are not licensed at that time.
I just looked up Iowa liquor laws concerning sales, and it says something
Concerning
totally different.
sales, okay? And again, you're not going to the original issue is whether you're licensed in sales or not. You're not selling, you're buying. So as a regular customer, as a pedestrian walking in off the street, you are not required to be licensed to buy it. You are only supposed to provide correct, truthful identification information.
It looks like on here, what he was arguing was that they didn't have probable cause. Their probable cause had been satisfied, and the stop should have continued. If they're saying that probable cause should have been satisfied when he gave his identifying information, then I think that's what's about to happen. I just ain't got that far.
Well, it's over in a situation where the cop walks up and says, well, one of your plate lights is out, but actually it's not out. It's actually working. Okay. It's just dim.
Right.
Okay. That nullifies his probable cause of having a light bulb out. He's done. He can't ask for that ID anymore.
Right.
Damn, they say that he was conducting random computer checks on license plates. That shit should probably be illegal. Of passing lawyers to see if they were stolen or had outstanding warrants. His check of the plate of that vehicle revealed that the female registered owner had a suspended license. When he walk up, it's a man. That should end it. Yes.
Correct.
He could not determine when it was a male or female, and so he pulled the person over and saw that Quinn was driving. To see if Quinn was driving. As he approached the vehicle, it was clear that the driver was male, not female. He did not terminate the stop. Interesting. And he wanted an appeal. That's dope.
See, he has to in that situation, he had to be required to have a license. He pulled them over because he suspected that they didn't have a license. That gave him probable cause to ask for the license. When he got there and realized, oh, maybe I'm wrong, and if I ask him for a license, I might get in trouble. But I doubt it, because he still went up there and asked for a license. This is the problem. You do not have the authority at the store to ask me for ID. You can ask me for identifying information, which in your policy, again, like Dennison pointed out, only mentioned the birthday.
Wait, I don't think your argument holds anymore. Because he can totally ask for a driver's license. He can ask for pretty much anything he wants. But in no case was he obligated to give him not only a driver's license, he wasn't even obligated to give his name and birth date. So
correct.
I think
because the officer at that point had no probable cause. And that's what I'm saying about the store. They have no probable cause to ask you for identification because it only asks for birth date.
No.
It doesn't apply at a private store, though, Chuck.
Look up liquor sales.
I thought we agreed I
can
ask for anything. And if I open a business and say it's only chicks,
a matter of fact, I'm a gunsmith and I have an FFL, and so I have the authorization to ask you for your ID so I can make sure you are who you say you are.
That's because the gun is supposed to be registered. That's because the gun, again, is through a forced contract in violation of the Second Amendment, is forced to be registered.
If that was the case, somebody would have fought it and been overturned.
But it didn't take away your rights in order to use your ID to purchase a gun. You still have the obligation to use your rights.
Again, it's not the customer's right to use an ID. That's a forced contract. It's the owner's right to ask for it. I agree. But in this particular situation, the policy does not ask for ID, it asks for a birth date.
What particular situation? Are we talking about Snow's store?
Correct.
Snow said they asked for ID.
Because the young lady said her policy said so. No, your policy requests for a birth date.
How do you know what the policy requested?
And it's very common. The cash register can't determine your age. So when it prompts you and says, did you check ID, or enter the customer's birth date generally. So you either just hit yes that you checked ID, or you put in the customer's birth date to determine whether or not they're older than 21, and then it unlocks the sale.
Right. I imagine that the older people who Snow were used to knew her and relaxed, and they immediately put the birth date in.
Yeah, they just put in whatever birth date.
Whatever birthday, in fact, would have sufficed. But in fact, the policy could have been, or it could have been a new policy, new ownership or whatever. They changed the policy for some reason that you actually look at the idea and all of that. She said, they old folks who know everybody in the neighborhood, they would have been laxed that fucking policy.
What I was meaning is not what the actual policy is, but what gatekeepers who want to be pains in the ass will do.
Yeah.
And then what they'll do is they claim, well, I can't ring you up. It's not up to me. I have to adhere to the policy. And that's bullshit. Yeah. You either have to hit yes, or you have to put in a date of birth. You don't have to check ID.
Right.
I just looked up California law on liquor, and in order to buy liquor at a grocery store, you must provide a valid government ID with such and such, your picture and information.
You talking about California?
Yeah.
Still cool, though.
Yeah, that's incorrect. There's no law in California that requires you to provide ID to buy alcohol.
I'm muting up to make tea.
By all means, cite the law and tell me what it is.
Hold on.
Well, so much quiet.
They went in guy mode, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I blame Snow.
Yeah, and then she dipped.
She did this shit and then she dipped out.
Yeah, she's like, ooh, she got real. In the chat I go. I was like, damn, Snow.
Informer.
That's crazy.
I like your boom boom down.
Man, I have been playing the hell out of Marvel Rivals lately.
But why?
Because it's fun. Because it's fun. Why not? That's the question.